Welcome to Cool Collectibles. I'm your host, Gabe Spiegel. So glad you're with us. Joe Broke from Primetime Sports and Framing. And my man, producer Luke, talking about collecting for your kids. Kids starting collecting collectibles. What mistakes can you make? Where do we start? We all have our favorite stories. You know, I was sharing one a couple episodes ago about Jose Canseco and the ball bouncing off his head. He was an awesome hitter. Maybe you are in the World Cup like the world is. Awesome, friendly, by the way, Brazil versus Egypt in downtown Cleveland. Unbelievable atmosphere. I've never heard that stadium louder.
No,
and more enthusiastic.
I heard that was crazy.
Unbelievable. But Primetime, you've got all kinds of cool collectibles for kids, for adults, men, women of all ages,
all
like
prices.
this. All prices.
As well.
All price points. This is arguably the greatest soccer player in the world right now, Lionel Messi, a soccer ball. And John Ackerman has said, hey, how's his autograph look? Is it Messi? Ackerman!
That's a dad joke.
I love it. Hey, the World Cup, we're in the center of the World Cup right now on Fox 8. Great. Unbelievable. 48 teams is incredible. I mean, it's so big, they only do it every 4 years, which is awesome. Go Team USA. Maybe you like Argentina and Lionel Messi, or you like Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo. The names, the list, the stars. Mbappe from France. Can I get a ball like this? You clearly have this on display at one of your shops. Where do I start for World Cup memorabilia? Because this is clearly collectibles. This is a collector's item that the entire world would love to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing is actually going directly to eBay. eBay has tons of items and many, because a lot of the soccer guys are overseas, right? Not in the States. So a lot of sellers, it's hard to get product and to do a lot of signings. So when they are in town, we try to do signings with them, or Fanatics tries to do signings with them. So soccer product is really limited. And so when you do find an item like Messi or Lamine Yamal or Mbappe, like, grab it, because the price is going up, right? And especially World Cup, everybody wants, just even wear a jersey, right? Because I heard they sold out every single merch booth when they played in the Brown Stadium there, Brazil and Egypt. They sold out the entire merch booths, I heard.
Yeah.
So, and just you getting your hands on just regular T-shirts, it's tough. World Cup, memorabilia. Right. So if you see it and you really want it, pull the trigger. Don't wait on that stuff, especially.
Who do you want to see? Who do you want to get some merch for?
I like Mbappe, dude. I like the French team. He's fun to watch.
His merch is tough to get, and when you do find it, it's pretty pricey. A lot of the big soccer guys, because there's so many fans of soccer in general, it's hard.
It's hard to, I feel like as Americans, it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around just how rabid the fan base is everywhere, not just in Europe, not just in Africa, all across the planet. It is the number one sport. We're pretty much the only country where soccer isn't life or death.
Yeah.
And I say eBay because there's sellers that you can ship overseas with very minimal problems.
Do you do that? Because I was going to ask you that, because I know you get all the American sports stars in your shops.
Yeah.
You bring them in. You do these special signings, and I was thinking, well, are you going to do a soccer one eventually with the Columbus Crew, just down the road?
Yeah, we've done a couple soccer events. We just did one this year. The woman, Hope Solo. Yes, we did Hope Solo.
Yeah.
We did Hope Solo this year. She was awesome.
Legendary goalkeeper.
Yeah, she was awesome, and her stuff sold like hotcakes, man. The people just love soccer. They do. It's
not Landon Donovan. He's a bum. Choked every time we need him.
It's kind of like a.
Don't tell him I said that, but man,
the soccer memorabilia is like.
He has hair now.
He has hair now?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
The soccer memorabilia is kind of like a sleeping giant. I'm gonna say that is because when it comes available, it just sells really quick.
Really?
Yeah.
But
did you guys were you stocking up on soccer stuff in anticipation of the World Cup? Because with it being here in America, I feel like there's a lot of people that are going to get turned on to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got Lamine Yamal jerseys. I have Messi jerseys. I have a couple other guys' jerseys that we're getting framed up and going to be posting here. So Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%.
I can't imagine Lionel Messi signs very many things
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
because he's like one of the highest paid
Yeah,
More money than
athletes
God.
in the world. Yes.
His frame jersey's like $5,000 to $6,000, depending.
Same with Cristiano Ronaldo. These guys are probably billionaires by now.
Yeah.
I was just in Portugal a couple weeks ago, and was driving by one of the beach areas, and like that's where Ronaldo's building his third seafront property outside of Lisbon.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Because they're doing all the cologne ads and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But you have Messi jerseys. What other soccer merch do you have?
Yeah, so we have a few signed soccer balls. We have some Hope Solo photos, and really just a couple jerseys of we have Lamine Yamal, Messi. We have Ronaldo jerseys.
Neymar,
We do have Neymar.
who didn't come to Cleveland. Sadly.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
No.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I mean, how big are you as a soccer star when you just have one name? You're like the Madonna of soccer,
Yeah.
Neymar
I always
Jr.
like that.
But I really wanted to see him.
So
Just the
we
one
mainly
name.
have the big stars. We have a couple of the lower end guys, but nothing crazy. So our stock is limited, just like everybody else's stock. So
Sure.
if you see it and we have it on sale on either eBay Live or our eBay store or our website, definitely if you're really interested to pull the trigger because it goes quick.
But your kid, you want to take him out to one of these matches, a friendly here in Cleveland or one of the World Cup matches. These are pricey events to get into and tough tickets to find. But when you do, other soccer merch that you can get, I don't know, like towels, shin guards, besides the jersey, what other collectibles would you suggest?
The scarves.
Oh, those are huge.
Yeah, cleats maybe, armbands if guys wear armbands, headbands. Those are kind of like the easier things. So like if you go into the game in the Brown Stadium, you can try to ask the guys, hey, can I have your cleats or something? Standing by the tunnel.
Yeah.
You would bring one of your own soccer balls or purchase a soccer ball if you had the chance to get it or a shirt. Ask guys, hey, can you send this shirt when they're coming in and out of the tunnels? Those are just some different ways you could try to, get autographs at least
Yeah.
with the game.
People
There's
are
going
nuts
to be a
about
lot
it.
of opportunity. I mean, there's
Yeah.
hundreds of games in this tournament that
Yeah.
we're about to be
Yeah.
playing. 2 months.
And the big names still, resonate with me, like David Beckham. I was at Columbus Crew Stadium, I believe it was 2006 or 7 maybe ballpark, when he first signed that $50 million deal to come over and play for the LA Galaxy. And as soon as the Columbus Crew tickets went on sale, with the Galaxy coming to town, sold out in a day. And not one person left that stadium. And what's so interesting about David Beckham is after the game, as soon as he got near the ball, Bill! The whole stadium's going nuts. And they were tailgating all day long beforehand, like we do in the Muni lot for the Browns. And every time he got close, but his passes were so precise. It was like a man playing with boys. And they ended up, I think they beat us that game. But as soon as the game was over, he took his shirt off and all the ladies fainted. He looked pretty good. Yeah, looked good. But he went around like all 4 parts of the pitch, like, thank you for being here. Thank you for booing me. Thank you for being a part of this. And I thought it was the classiest move ever. I was like, that's what soccer guys do. But hopefully they're classy when it comes to you bringing the ball over and go, hey, David. Because that means something for a kid. I still talk about that story to this day because it meant something to me as a big fan, a soccer fan, a fan of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can almost do that at any game you go to, right? So baseball, football, basketball, you can do that at every game. You have an opportunity, even just to, hey, quick picture or give them a high five. Like growing up, man, those are some of the greatest memories. You'll have those forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's something way more special about having an experience like that as a kid than, as an adult, like, you meet somebody famous or an athlete, like, it's awesome still. But when you're a kid, it's like when you're an adult, you still see that person as like, okay, you're a person. But when you're a kid, it's like, no, this is literally Superman. This is a superhero that I'm meeting right now.
Yeah.
So
Especially at the Cavs games, I always see, because where our tickets are, we can see the kids getting autographs and, before shoot around or during shoot around. Because I used to do that as a kid, go over there and try to get Kyrie Irving's autograph, Kevin Love. LeBron never came out, but we always just try to get anybody we could. Even if it's, hey, quick picture, they'll do it. They'll sit there and you snap a quick selfie with them, or like they'll give high fives. And those were cool moments, and I still remember this to this day. And I still have majority of those items to this day as well.
Yeah.
It's just something you keep and either pass on or you just keep it in yourself, your own collection, and just something you always talk about. You know?
Yeah.
It's a memory.
Yeah, maybe your kid is a big fan of Bazana for the Guardians. Dress your cute kid up in a Bazana jersey. Go there during the warm-ups, and how is he going to say no?
Wear an
Get him-
Australia shirt.
Wear an Australian scarf. That's what you got to do. So we're talking about collecting for your kids. You know, the ins and the outs, the mistakes you might make, and maybe you have a modest budget and you want to get started. We're going to talk about that on the other side of this break when we come back. A lot of ground to cover. We got some fascinating stuff on this. We got some curveballs coming your way, folks. First of all, I want to talk to Joe and producer Luke here. Joe does these signings, public and private signings. He brings in the biggest names in America, not just around Northeast Ohio, but you've got some big events coming up at the end of the June. I really want to hear about these special guests that you're bringing in.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, if you have kids or growing up, you know, you're a hockey collector, baseball collector, or, you know, just a fan in general, we got some great events to come up. Come up, meet your favorite athlete, and get a chance to get a picture and autograph, or both, right? So bring your kids, bring your family up there and have a good experience. But coming up, June 20th, we have Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, and Mike Madano. That is our hockey event at Great Northern Mall. June 25th is our Guardians event. We have Brian Rocchio, Angel Martinez, and Daniel Schneeman at Belden Village Mall. And then June 28th, we have Sophie Cunningham, our exclusive athlete there in Indiana. Woo! Look at that
Sophie,
autograph.
You're going to Indiana.
Yes.
Indianapolis, where are you going?
I'll get you the exact details, but the details are prime1012.com.
Boom.
And then August 3rd, we have Gavin Williams at Belden Village Mall.
Oh, big rig.
When is that? August 3rd?
August 3rd.
Big rig.
Might have to go with that
Yeah.
one.
He's probably our ace right now. He's just throwing darts.
Yeah. So if
Tough outing last
bring your
night.
kids, family, you want to make some memories and have an experience and meet these guys, come on out.
You got to go in person, and you talk about just taking the kids and getting stuff signed. Harold Fanning, he's a pretty good tight end there.
Yeah, he
for your Cleveland Browns. You go and you buy one of these helmets. You go to the signing. You meet them. You snap a picture with them. You get the stuff boxed up, framed up. You do it all there in North Olmsted at Great Northern and at Belden and down there in North Canton. Is that Canton or North Canton? It's North Canton, isn't it? Belden?
North Canton, yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. Folks, want to get started? First of all, you got to stay tuned for this story. You won't believe what producer Luke got from his neighbor. We're going to put him on the spot and see if this special jersey and some merch over there, we're going to see how good this guy is. He's good. Oh, he's good. But first, let's get back to a modest budget. You're taking your kids out, and things cost so much money. My gosh. I went to the friendly there, Egypt versus Brazil. It's $40 to park. It's $40 for 2 beers and 2 waters. It's $50. I was like, oh my gosh. We're on a modest budget. Where do we begin? Our kids, we want to have some collectible items, maybe an autograph, and we're going to hold on to it for 35 years and tell stories about it and then sell it to a collector one day. Where do we get started for a modest budget?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing you got to ask yourself, what do you want to collect, right? Or what does your kid want to collect? If your kid's looking, Dad, just take me to a Cavs game or Indians game, Guardians game. I just
Both still apply.
I just want a chance to try and get my own autograph. That's what I really want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so buy the cheaper seats up there and get there right as the gates open and run down by their dugout, or if the other team's doing batting practice, you can try to catch a home run or have them throw a ball up to you and then run over to the dugout and try to get autographs. Or same thing with the Cavs. Like if that's something you're wanting to do, get your own autographs outside of paying. That's an experience, but it costs money. You can do it on the modest budget. You just get the cheaper tickets. Find the cheaper parking. Maybe into it under $120. But let's just say if you only have $100, but you love collecting cards, right?
Yeah.
if your goal is to, try to hit something out of packs, which you're playing with odds there, right? The odds are stacked against you to begin with. Well, find a local card show. There's tons of card shows that are happening nowadays. Go to a card show, look in this dollar boxes, $5 boxes, and you can take a peek at their showcases. But if you really want to build your collection, and buy
They have dollar boxes like of merchants type stuff that you can get signed.
like for sport cards.
Oh, sport cards. Okay.
Like
okay.
if you
I was
want,
like,
if
what?
you want to
That
do
sounds cool.
Yeah, if you want to do sport cards, that's something you can do as well.
Okay.
It's collecting as a whole, right? So, look in the dollar boxes, try to find some of your favorite players, and I spent $50 on all these card dollar boxes and $5 boxes, and some people have $10 boxes, and I spent $50, but I think it's worth $75. You can try to flip and make money that way. But it just all determines, what your kid or you or what you guys want to do together, what you truly want to do. Because there's many opportunities and many experiences to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just feel like me as a kid, I collected baseball cards. My dad would, he'd go on a business trip wherever he's at. He'd bring me home a football or a piece of merch from that team.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about investment or value or anything. It was just about,
Moments.
I love sports. I love having these things. This stuff reminds me of my dad coaching me as a kid and growing up watching my favorite athletes. I think, if you have a kid and you want to get them into something like this, it's just approach it for the love of the game, really. And then the investment things will kind of happen later,
Absolutely. I think that's the big thing, is just really determine what you and your son or you and your daughter or, mom and daughter, however the situation is, figure out what you guys want to do with the money, what you guys want to do. If you want the more experience aspect, or if you want to go to card shows or go to autograph events and buy it that way as well. There's so much different stuff you can do with collecting.
Tough question for you. They still when guys take BP before the game. You talk about the gates opening. Do they still kind of mill around and sign stuff while the other guy's taking BP?
Yeah, absolutely.
They still kind of do that. I know the balls are.
Yeah, they have. So
you go get a home run ball.
They have the not
the
fence,
cage.
but the cage and the nets up.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can bring a sport card in or a baseball in. It actually fits through that little square. They can try to sign through it, and sometimes you'll hold your jersey up. They can sign through that little square there. They absolutely do it.
But if I have a card that I slide in there and I say, to Gabe, and then you put to Gabe, and then he autographs it, that lures the value later on down the road.
It does for resale value. It does, right? Because you'd have to sell that card to a Gabe,
right?
right. But and
so maybe
a lot of times
you
they
wanna...
don't do that during just because of time purposes,
Right.
and they want to make sure they get as many autographs for the kids and whoever's out there as possible. They typically don't sign inscriptions at ballparks or at a hotel.
Right. But if mom and dad do have a little extra cabbage and you want to make those memories, because you just go into one of your stores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, look at this. The big cat. The Knicks are on fire until they're not. Oh, look at that. Carl Anthony Towns. Look at that. Now, that is awesome. You want to get that framed up, baby. You want to put that, if you're a Knicks fan. And as a Cavs fan, I know we're going to debate this, but I got nothing against Knicks fans. I'm kind of rooting for them. They haven't won it for 53 years, I don't like Yankees fans. I don't like the Yankees. But I don't mind. What say you? Well, we're okay.
I'm rooting for Wemby.
You're rooting for Wemby? You want
like
Wemby?
Wemby.
I am. Because I have.
You got skin in the game.
Yeah, I do. I got skin in the game. I bought a lot of Wemby items, and they've gone up in value. So.
Oh, dude, I'm I remember the first one of our first episodes we did. You had a signed Wemby jersey.
I do.
That has to
I have a couple.
just
I have a
ascended
couple.
in value.
Wemby's memorabilia market has gone up 60%.
I can imagine.
Okay, we got this crazy story we got to tell you about, and it's something that you can learn a lesson from. Luke, you had a surprise by your neighbor. I want you to just show this real quick, this jersey. Your neighbor, let me get this right, was having getting ready to have a garage sale.
I was having a yard sale.
Okay.
I live in Lakewood, and they were having a citywide garage sale. So me and my roommate decided to get rid of some stuff. And my sweet neighbor, who's next door to me, came over with a whole box of merch and promotional stuff from the 80s and 90s Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Browns gear, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you guys?
You've got 2 autographs on there.
We got these.
This is Tchotchke merch from
WMMS
the Buzzard.
promotional Browns masks from the late '80s. So that was cool. But
You've
the
got
coolest
2
thing-
autographs that you have no idea of.
I have no idea what these autographs could be, but I have this jersey from '97, I believe. It's
Okay.
an authentic Mirage jersey. It's not like a game, replica jersey, but it is a Cleveland Indians official MLB merch jersey.
Show the back show the other autograph real
And
fast.
we got 2 signatures on there. If you can see it, let me see.
Yeah, you can take you can see the first one pretty well.
You can see the first one. Yeah, you can see that one there.
And now
It's got 98 on it, so I'm guessing that's the year it was signed. And then there's another one on the shoulder here.
so
Find it. Yeah, right here.
we're gonna let Joe take a closer look. Ooh,
97.
We're gonna take
September 27th, 97 is when it was signed.
Joe's gonna take a closer look at this. He's gonna give us his 2 cents, what that might be worth, who those autographs are. Do you know who those autographs are? After this short break. So your neighbor says to you, I got this box of stuff that's been sitting in my basement forever. You're having a yard sale and, just give it a best go. Producer Luke, are you kidding me? That's a great story. It's a great old Indians
cool.
jersey.
Yeah, stuff just happens,
Anything
Keep your eyes open, people just give you valuable stuff.
Right.
And anything with the Wahoo on it, that alone.
I know,
worth
just
some
the
money.
jersey.
Oh,
even
it
if
is.
there wasn't signatures, this is an awesome.
Okay, put that. You got a good look at that autograph right there. This is clearly an old Indians. You think it's more of a promotional type jersey, but it's got the Chief Wahoo, which you said does add some value.
Yeah.
And then it's got that, and we can make the numbers out. DC 97. Okay, Joe.
DC, I wonder who that could be.
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Okay, you think it's Drew Carey? It makes sense. I remember. I know Drew Carey was there in '98, throwing the first pitch. I met him behind home plate when I was covering the Indians back then. What do you think?
Something like that's worth. To me, I think it ranges $300 to $500.
What?
I think so.
Get out
$300
of
to
here.
$500 is
No,
in a
it's
box in a
not.
basement.
It has the Wahoo patch on it. It has Drew Carey's autograph on it. It's in pretty good condition. I mean, to the right buyer, yeah, definitely.
I would imagine Drew Carey's autograph on anything Indians would be pretty tough to come by.
It is.
Also, it's kind of like, obviously he's a Cleveland legend, but it's not like he was a Philly. It's kind of a weird combination for him to sign just a random Indians jersey like that. I
Right.
can't imagine there's a lot more like that out there.
No, and that's where it makes the piece unique, and it could be worth more. If you put it in an auction, you don't know what it's going to
That's
go
fair.
for.
I'm going to test
So you
the
put
market.
it. So what should he do with something like this? Come to prime time and talk to you.
Yeah.
Put it up. Put it on his social media pages and put it in Chat GPT. What should somebody do when they have something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, decide what they want to do, right? If they're looking for money, or if they just, hey, how can I preserve this autograph, right? Because this autograph's actually kind of fading a little bit.
Yeah.
It is.
She said it was in her. So
Yeah,
she
so-
did what you shouldn't do, and
Yeah.
that's keep it in a box and without it being covered or protected or anything
Right.
for 30 years.
Right.
So that's bad. It doesn't give this antique look that's kind of cool. It's actually bad.
Yes and no. It still has the antique look. It definitely
does,
does.
It's got a little stains on. But so, would you recommend washing this or just leaving it as
No,
is?
do not wash
Okay.
it. If you wash this, it'll take out.
Yeah, right. It
the
can mess
autographs
with
will
the
come out.
signature.
Yeah, I've actually done that before.
Really?
Yeah.
So we really don't
Yeah,
have a
test the
gauge on
theories.
the second autograph. We really don't.
No,
know.
I don't have a true gauge on the
We're
second
gonna figure it
autograph,
out though.
but
folks.
we will figure it out. It's process elimination. Recognize some of the autographs on the team and just process some elimination.
The year helps. Having
Yeah.
having 98 on there helps.
Yeah, it does.
So again, keep it in a box, seal it airtight if you can't. Bring it into you.
Yep.
Talk it out.
Yep.
What are the other options people can do?
Yeah, there's a couple. Then you can decide. If you want money, you can either consign it with us and work out a percentage there, or we can. If you're like, hey, just give me an example, but I just want $100 for this item. Okay, well, we can work out a deal there.
Is that something like that you would? pay for as a collector, as a shop owner, as an expert? Would you buy something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've bought many items like this. You know, we've bought game used bats that people just don't know who they are. We've bought bats. We've bought all kinds of stuff.
So you've bought stuff just like, I don't know what the signature is, but why not take a chance on it, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Similar stuff to like this kind of stuff, the promotional stuff. We bought stuff like this too.
This was in the
I
same
was
box.
geeking
This
out
was in
on
the same
this
box.
is in the same box.
Okay.
Yeah, these are
Absolutely.
like dog masks from the 80s. There was another one I found. I didn't bring it today, but it's literally like a rubber dog nose with a string on it that you can wear over your own nose to games and stuff. I mean, Old Brown's merch it's some of the coolest stuff ever.
It is.
Right. Should I go get Ed Flash Ferentz to sign one of those and then bring it to you and ask? Because
it'd be a unique
the
item.
old school DJ there, still with us, but I don't know. You get that kind of stuff all the time, and
Yeah, we do
probably have to
actually.
turn a lot of folks away because a lot of it's probably worthless, but a lot of it might have some hidden value.
Yeah, absolutely. We have many conversations about a lot of promotional items daily, if not hourly. We get tons of phone calls.
I mean, do you see a lot of people with this kind of stuff? Because I imagine this was just given out to fans.
This is my first time seeing this kind of stuff, but
I mean that kind of giveaway stuff, because I feel like there used to be a lot more of that.
yeah, the most popular is the bobbleheads.
Right.
Like, man, old school. Like when LeBron first came to the Cavs, people were like craving for these bobbleheads.
I have a rookie LeBron bobblehead.
People were walking around with cash. Hey, I'll buy your bobblehead for you right now. Boom, $20. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
And
famous
that's pretty
bar right
smart.
right by Rocket Arena,
Yeah.
the City Tap, they have like a massive wall. It's probably 20 feet high, and it's just all bobbleheads.
Yeah.
They're sitting on a gold mine, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of those bobbleheads are worth a couple $100 now.
Wow.
Yeah. If not more. I mean, and then they make limited edition ones too.
Super cool. Hey, a final word on kids and collecting items. Like you mentioned Victor Wembanyama, start them young, take advantage of opportunities, arrive early,
Yep.
get things autographed, keep it in great shape.
Yep.
Some other final tips.
Have fun doing it
Wemby.
and love what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a big thing.
Make memories.
Make memories, and don't be afraid to ask. Like if you see a person out walking, like in let's just say Tower City, a lot of the basketball players and people the teams that stay at Tower City, they'll walk around, and don't be afraid. Like just be normal about it. Say, hey, can I get a quick picture with you? You're one of my favorite players, and love watching you play. Or hey, is there any chance you could sign this for me? I just love watching you play. Like don't be afraid to ask the question.
And if you're a kid, I feel like that's the time to do it, because athletes are going to be more receptive.
Yeah,
than
but
kids
just be
going.
respectful about it, right?
Yeah.
If you're having dinner and you see somebody, wait till after dinner. Let them enjoy the meal with their family.
Yeah.
Because then they're more prone to, sign or take a picture or prior, right? Just be respectful about anything you do.
Good stuff. You got to check them out at Primetime Sports and Framing. They've got everything. They can shortcut all your time. I mean, they've got it signed there. You name it. If they don't have it, they can get it. I mean, pretty much anything in the world. You guys are awesome. Reach out to us. Check out their website, primetime12.com. You can also reach them on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the above. Luke, you're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
ChatGPT.
I'm on it all, man. MySpace.
Give us your deets so people can reach out to you.
I don't even know my Instagram. Honest, just look up Luke Pahovey on Instagram, Pohovey. You'll probably find me. I'd love to hear from the fans.
Luke Pahovey. Cool Collectibles at fox8.com. Send us your questions, your inquiries, your pictures, and let us do the work for you and get you some answers. Thanks for joining us on Cool Collectibles. We'll see you next time.